Hey Shahar, welcome back to my channel, to the Witchy Reader. So I'm going to be doing another writing vlog because I've been doing a lot of vlogs lately, especially writing vlogs, and they're fun and I like talking about my writing. Um, so I am currently I have a couple main projects. The Queen of Monsters, which is book 3 in the World Monsters trilogy. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but The Vampire's Creation, which is book 2, was published June 10th. And then I have a novella coming out July 10th, currently up for pre-order, the ebook is. And I uh, I have a series of novellas I'm working on. That's gonna be a part of this series. So the first novella, like I said, is gonna be published soon. Someone better read it, and everything. And then I'm working on another novella that I want to get out. Hopefully this month. It's only gonna be like 100 pages. I was able to work on the other one really quickly and had a better reader read it. So I want to work on this one and get it done so I can post this month. Then I'm gonna go back to working on the Queen of Monsters. This one I want to have done the next few days so that my better reader can read it. I can't speak today. I wanted it done by today, but that's not gonna happen now because I got busy this weekend. Um, I'm hoping, no, not today, tomorrow. But I've been busy this weekend. I had one of my author um, interviews today. Then I'm going to be on someone else's author podcast tomorrow. Not to mention, today I haven't even really written today because I've been reading half the day and watching TV with my mom the other half of the day. So writing didn't make the cut today. But um, tomorrow after the interview, because it's gonna be more on the early side, I want to get a lot of writing done. And depending on when I wake up, maybe a little bit writing in the morning as well. It depends, because I have to eat, take a shower, and stuff in the morning, and I also need to figure out what snippet I want to read. Because we usually read a snippet on there whenever I've been on there before. So I have to figure out what snippet to read because I don't even know if I want to read one from one of my new novella. I think I'm gonna choose a scene from my novella, the one that's being published, because it's gonna be published on the 10th and tomorrow is the 9th. So yeah, I think I'm gonna read it from there. I just have to figure out what chapter to read from. But other than that, so yeah, I probably won't get much writing done in the morning, probably after the podcast, but I do want to get plenty of writing done. I'm feeling tired now, but I want to get some writing done. I want to finish this chapter and one more chapter because I want to finish this huge battle sort of thing, which will be the next two chapters. I mean, this entire book is kind of going over through a war, but this battle is kind of from this chapter is kind of from Khaleesi's point of view of the battle. Then the next one will be from Joan's point of view of the battle, and then um, afterwards they meet up. So the battle will be at a pause. Well, the battle itself will be at a pause, but they will be in the battle, and it's following the two of them. So yeah. But I hope you all uh, check out my novella. It's called Khaleesi's Adventures Preventing a War. And it's about Khaleesi and Joan. They are sent on a mission to prevent a war. They have to retrieve an item that will prevent these nations from going to war. And they're sent on this mission by Athena, goddess of wisdom and battle strategy. And Joan is Joan of Arc. Kalista, if you've read my Realm Monsters books so far, I have books 1 and 2 published, then you'll be familiar with her. She is my MC in those, and these novellas follow her and follow Joan. They're both main characters throughout these novellas. It's kind of their story. They meet in the first book, and then last book is kind of how their story ends when Joan gets burned at stake. So yeah, and so please check it out. I'm working on the second novella, which is also has to do with them. In the first one, they have this enemies to friends, the lovers arc. They're not quite at the lovers arc yet. They don't get there until I want to say the third novella, if I remember correctly from my plotting of the novella. So but they start out enemies and end up friends. Ellie, who better read it, enjoyed it and had said some wonderful things about it. And one thing she said she loved is that even though it's a shorter story, I didn't cut corners and kind of like make the enemies to lovers arc overnight or anything. I actually had the whole transformation. Like it was still a slow burn despite only being 100 pages. Like they were slowly fade from enemies into something more. And at the end, it's obvious that they have grown to care for each other, but neither one of them are yet at the stage to admit it. And like I said, I'm not actually planning on having them get together until the third novella I have planned. Um, in the second one, they're getting closer, but like I said, in the first one, there's a enemies to friends to lovers arc, and in this one, there's more of a forbidden arc. Um, so that'll be fun to write. And yeah, so please check it out, and I'm going to write and let you know how my writing goes as I write. Like I said, I want to finish this novella, then I'm going to continue working on book 3 because I want it out at the end of the year. Once I get closer to the end of the year, we'll see if I'll be able to. But yeah, so and I'll update you soon. Hi, I haven't been updating this blog, so um So I haven't gotten that much writing done the last several days, but I did get a lot of writing done yesterday. I got halfway through my novella, and I need to start working on the Queen of Monsters again, especially if I want it at the end of this year. What I plan to do, since I have 10 novellas I want to work, I want to finish the first 5 novellas, and then I'm going to focus solely on the Queen of Monsters, and then once that's done, I can focus on the other 5 novellas again, and yeah, so that's my plan. So I'm going to be writing a lot and reading a lot, so I'm going to be doing very little of anything else. Because I want to finish all these indie books this month, and I also want to finish this novella this month and finish the other 2 novellas. Yeah, because I'm on the third one, so 4, 5, yeah. And then, um, and then I can focus on the Queen of Monsters again. I want to finish the other 2 novellas both next month. What's next month? Next month is August, and then, yeah. Um, I might work on the Queen of Monsters a little bit just to get a little bit further. Maybe after this novella, work get like a certain amount done, and then I can focus on the next 2 novellas, and maybe depending on how far I am on the Queen of Monsters, I can get halfway. I'm not entirely sure how far I even am on the realm of the Queen of Monsters, and I have no idea how long it's going to be. So I don't know. I'll check it out after I finish this novella because I definitely want to finish this novella before anything else. So that, yeah. Maybe after this novella, I'll just focus on the Queen of Monsters until it's finished. And then, since I know when I want it published, even if it's finished several months beforehand, then I can focus on the novellas without worrying about trying to get the Queen of Monsters. I keep wanting to say the Realm of Monsters. Queen of Monsters done. Um, so that I can, um, focus on my novellas and not worry about getting the Queen of Monsters done so it can be published when I want it to be published, which is December 4th. So I think I'm going to do that instead. So after this novella, because I definitely want this novella done in the next few days, hopefully. I only have like 50 pages left to go, more or less. Um, finish this novella, then focus solely on the Queen of Monsters until that is done, and then I can go back to focusing on the novellas. Give maybe a few more published before the Queen of Monsters, because I would like the first 5 published before the Queen of Monsters at least. Um, and it depends on how fast I can write. I mean, I've been told I write really fast, so if I have the time. I'm also trying to get a job, so once I do get a job, it'll be harder to write as much as I do but and to read as much as I want to. But luckily, if, I probably won't get the job get until at least next month. So I'll definitely finish the indie books I want to read this month at least. And then I'll just have to try to figure out because I'm finally finding some sort of balance between reading and writing because that was always my biggest struggle. It's like I was either only reading, getting 0 writing done, or only writing, getting 0 reading done. There was no in between. I'm finally finding a balance. Like yesterday, I finished the book I was reading, which is an indie book because I mentioned I'm reading solely indie books at the moment. And finished this, and then that I hurt my hand when I grabbed it. Um, and then I also wrote, and I got to halfway of my novella as I mentioned, so I got a lot done. um, I had I'm trying to remember how much I read yesterday because it was either 100 or 200 pages, maybe 150. I don't remember, somewhere around that I had left in the book, and I finished it. So, and then I was like, I want to say about 32, 33 pages in, and I got to page 50 of my writing. So I'm very happy um, with progress. But once I find a job, it's going to be harder to find a balance between reading and writing again. But hopefully I'll figure it out. Um, Maybe 1 week just do reading, 1 week writing. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I definitely want to finish this novella in the next few days and send it off to my beta reader. And depending on when she finishes it, maybe I can get it done in the very beginning of August, get it published. So yeah, uh, my my second novella is coming out the July 25th. This vlog probably will not come out until next month. So, but I am doing, it's my 10th book, so I'm doing a live on my channel, celebrating 10 books. But even though this will probably come out next month, you guys can go ahead and check it out because it'll still be on YouTube, so you guys can definitely check it out. Check out my lives, and it will be July 25th. It is to celebrate my 10th book release, and I plan to be doing. Um, I want to read a snippet of the book being published. I'm gonna try to find a non-spoilery snippet for it. Um, and then I someone suggested doing like a guessing game with which I'm probably gonna do with my current series, like guess which character said it. Um, and what else did I decide? Oh, I will be answering questions about my writing and my books in the chats, so you can ask whatever you want. And then I feel like there was something else I was planning, but I don't remember now. Oh well, I'll probably remember eventually. So yeah, that will be fun. So I'm so excited to have 10 books published. Um, and yeah, so I'll definitely update you when I get some more writing done. I plan to read right now, and then I plan to write later today as well. Hopefully, I can get both done again. The book I want to read is more on the short side. It's like 162 or 3 pages, I think. So I'm about to start that, and then um, I will hopefully can finish it today. I mean, I've finished a 400-page book in a day, so I'm sure I can. Um, but then I want to write. I want to finish this novella. Probably not today, but I do want to get at least to 75 pages, and then I can be like 3/4 of the way done, and then maybe tomorrow I can do the other fourth of the way while I read the third book in this series. Which, if the first book was only like 100 pages, this one's 162, so my guess is that one will be 200, which still isn't that bad. So, um, we shall see. But I'll definitely update you to let you know how that goes and when I finish it. And hopefully I can finish it in the next couple days. That'll be great. And yeah, so until next time. Hi, I need to update. I haven't updated in a while. I don't think it was that long since my last update, but I got a lot of writing done. There's a few days I wasn't feeling too great, so I was after reading, but I was able to put on my music and ignore life and try to get some writing done. Um, and I decided to, and I was working on my third novella, and I finished it just the other night. So I finished it. It is all ready. I also did the cover, and I did the cover reveal already. So I sent it off to my beta reader, so she'll be able to get back at me soon whenever she's able to start it. So that should be published soon-ish. Um, so I'm excited for that, and I can't wait because this one is going to be super exciting, especially for fans of my novella so far, because for any for my novellas are part of my Realm Monster series is in the same universe, and they follow Callista, who is the main character of those, and it also follows Joan, who is who's mentioned in the Realm of Monsters. I don't know if I mentioned her that much in Vampire's Creation, which is book 2, but she was definitely mentioned a lot in book 1 as um, Callista's great love. I don't think they ever actually say it like that, but it's kind of how they act about her. Um, she was the last relationship Joan had, and Joan Callista had, and Callista loved her so much, and the reason how she is in Realm Monsters has to do a lot with what Caleb did to her, obviously, but a small part of it is also the with what happened with Joan, her how her relationship with Joan ended. Um, so I have been loving diving into some of Calista's adventures she's had over the past several centuries, and definitely her relationship with Joan. You do not need to read these novellas before you read the Realm of Monsters trilogy, um, because um, my Reddit reader said it can be a perfect story for returning readers or a perfect intro for um, new readers. So you can read this first and get a glimpse into how Cleesa was be- before Joan and with Joan, and how much happier she seems with Joan. Of course, you go into this novella if you are a returning reader knowing how their story ends. But oh well, there's going to be 10 novellas, and it is the story of them. So even though you don't need to read the novellas before the trilogy, you do need to read these novellas in order. The first one is Calista's Adventures, Preventing a War. It's the Calista's Adventures series. They all start with Calista's Adventures, then is the whatever the book is about. And then, so Preventing a War is first, and then Calista's Adventures, Greece versus France, and then Calista's Adventures into the Underworld. So, with the first one, it's where Calista and Joan meet, and it has a huge enemies to lovers arc. And my beta reader said that one thing she loved was that a shorter story sometimes cut corners to get through it in such a short span. But she says she didn't feel like I did that, which she loves. So you get the full enemies to lover story. You get natural progression of their relationship, of how they turn from, well, it's more of enemies to friends to lovers, because even though by the end of the book starts to look like there's something hidden beneath them, they still don't actually get together until till novella 3, which is not out yet. But novella 3, there's a lot of great content in there for fans of them. So but they are on a mission by Athena, a demon and a saint. What could go wrong with that? um and they are on a mission to retrieve something that could help prevent a war from occurring. So, unneeded bloodshed. So, that is what they're doing. But they have to get past their hatred and underlying feelings for each other. But as they go on, they slowly start to become something more. And then, in novella 2, it's 6 months after, I think, the first one, and Khaleesi and Joan have not seen each other since they parted ways in Egypt, which is where the novella ended, and they have not seen each other since. But now there's this war going on in Joan's hometown, and Joan is secretly a part of it, and Athena is trying to get Khaleesi to be a part of it because Khaleesi is a valuable asset to any war. Um, and so they see each other again, but now they're on opposite sides of war because it's the Greece versus the French. And Khaleesi is Greek while Joan is French. So there's that. And then not only that, but they're able to put aside their relationship and them fighting for their countries. But then things get more complicated when their gods, the Greek gods and the French gods, forbid them from seeing each other from now on. But so now they have to choose, especially Joan. Like Calista is no, she's rather choose Joan than her gods and country because she never felt like they did anything for her, and she's been through hell. She does have an inner battle in this one, as she does in the first one, but her inner battle has to do with being on a bloody battlefield and not yet having control over her vampire urges. This is centuries before Realm Monsters. She still doesn't have pretty much any control over her urges. So that is her biggest inner battle. But with Joan, her inner battle is her religion, her faith, her gods, her country, which is all very important to her. And then her love for Calista, her unexplained love, which is mentioned because she has these feelings for Calista, but they scare her. And she doesn't, so that's her biggest dilemma. She has to make a huge choice. Her faith, her gods, or Kalista, and it is an impossible decision, which is another and which in the this third novella she has to um, do as well. She has to decide. So uh, that's always fun. But yeah, so I'm taking a break from my novella so that I can work on more on book 3 of the Realm of Monsters trilogy, The Queen of Monsters. Get a little bit further in that before I work on novellas 4 and 5, which will be next, obviously. So there's gonna be a slight break in their relationship, but at least they get together in book 3. So you guys have that to look forward to, and then you just have to wait until novella 4 when they finally, when you can actually finally see them as a couple throughout the entire thing. So yeah, and the next one will be a little bit more lighthearted because they're together and happy, but there will still be, issues here and there with their next mission. So you have that to look forward to. So I'll update you next time I get some more writing done. Hi. So I wrote some tonight. I wrote 2 chapters, chapter 14 and 15 of The Queen of Monsters. I'll be writing a lot this month and next month. So so there might be a lot of updates. So I might have finished this vlog this month and then do a new vlog next month. Um, because I don't want it to get too long. So, but yeah, I chapter 14 was about Khaleesi. That was a shorter chapter. Then chapter 15 was about a couple different things, and yeah. So I made progress, and I want to in the next couple of days I want to write the next 5 chapters. Okay, I want to write chapters 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 this week. But I have a busy week, so that's probably presumptuous. Plus, I also want to finish the book I'm currently reading, so I doubt I can do all this. But am I gonna try? Probably. Am I gonna fail? Probably. But oh well. So, but yeah, so I'm going to be writing a lot this month and next month because I want to finish my book writing and editing by next month. By the end of next month. So it's gonna be a long book. I have a lot of ideas for it, and it's going to probably rival my longest book now over which one will be longer, which is The Witch of Light, sequel to The Curse of Light, which is 763 pages, I believe, and this one may rival that one over which one is my biggest book, because I have a lot of ideas for it, and I have it all mapped out. I've never planned a book like this, like most of my I'm not a plan other than that. I'm not a plotter nor a pantser. I am in between. I plot major things, but I don't plot out everything. And this book, I decided to end up plotting what I want to happen every chapter of this book, so I know what's going to happen, and I have my notes. So whenever I start a new chapter, I look at it, see what's gonna happen in this book, then I write it, which I've never done anything like that. But this way, I'm all ready, set, and ready to write this book these next 2 months. And editing usually doesn't take me too long, so I hope that I can edit it next month as well. If not, then I can edit the first week of October, first 2 weeks maybe. And yeah, but it is gonna be a longer book, so maybe it'll take longer to edit. I don't know. Like I said, my longest book was The Witch of Light, and I don't remember how long it took me to edit that. But I am very excited for what I have planned for this book. So definitely check out books 1 and 2 in this trilogy. Realm Monsters and The Realm Monsters is book 1. The Vampire's Creation is book 2. And then I also have novellas. I'm taking a break from the novellas to focus on the Queen of Monsters. So the next novella probably won't come out until October at the earliest. Depending on when I finish this, depends on when I can start the next novella. But so I probably won't. So honestly, I probably will start writing the next novella in October, maybe the end of September. So depending on how well that goes, depends on if I can get it out late October or early November. But yeah, so I have 3 novellas so far: Khaleesi's Adventures, Preventing a War, Khaleesi's Adventures, Rhys vs. Brands are the 2 that's published. Khaleesi's Adventures Into the Underworld will be coming out the 10th of this month. So look forward to that. And these novellas basically tell Kalista, who's the MC of the trilogy, it's kind of a pre. Jeez. Yeah, these are prequels, and you do not have to read the novellas. You can read the novellas before the Realm of Monsters or after or in between. It doesn't really matter, but you do need to read these novellas in order. So, Preventing the Wars first, then Grease vs. Fans, then Into the Underworld. And the first novella, Kalista and Joan, who are the main characters, they have this enemies to lovers thing. They do not get together until novella 3, just to warn you. But they still have a lot of adventures to write. There's going to be 10 novellas, so be prepared for all of them. but, and also I was saying, um, then and the two of them are forced to be paired together for this adventure, for this mission sent by Athena to find something to prevent these two countries from going to war. And then Greece versus France is about Khaleesi and Joan are now friends, even though they hated each other in the first novella. They're now friends, and they care about each other deeply. They have feelings for each other, but neither is ready to admit it. And Kalista um, and Joan find themselves on opposite sides of this war because the war is the war they're in the middle of is of Greece, which is Khaleesi's country, and France, which is Joan's country. So they're on the opposite sides of the war, and they are forbidden from their respective gods to not see each other because they're supposed to be enemies, but they don't see each other as enemies anymore. And then Into the Underworld, Khaleesi and Joan are go on this mission to the underworld. Um, Sent by Zeus to get retrieve something from Hades, and in there they have fight many dangers that are ready to kill them, and there's also some angst from their relationship. But yeah, but spoiler, they do get together in this one, but it's still not going to be exactly smooth sailing. The next novella, I do plan for it to be a little bit more light and fluffy, which I'm not used to doing, so it's gonna be a little weird for me. Hopefully I do it right, but because they've already been through so much, and I just want to show a little bit more of their happiness and lightheartedness before more tragedy strikes, because there's gonna be a lot more tragedy, especially the ending. So yeah, but the realm monsters basically Kalista um, um, something's wrong with the monster realm. So Kalista has to go back to her hometown in Athens, Greece, in the mortal realm, which is our realm, and face her tormentor from centuries before and try to stop his plans. And that's kind of what the trilogy is about. Books 1 and 2 at least. The Queen of Monsters goes kind of in a different direction. There's even a different there's even a different villain it follows, and a different storyline for the most part. Um, and because in books 1 and 2, it says a lot in Athens, Greece, but there's also a lot of scenes in the monster realm. But book 3, the Queen of Monsters, is basically all in the monster realm. Um, so yeah, I hope you check them out, and like I said, I hope to get the Queen of Monsters out December 4th, but no promises. So I'm gonna be writing a lot next couple of months. So wish me luck. Hi. So I've not been updating. I did get some writing done recently-ish, but I also started a new job, so that's taking a lot of strain on me. Um, because I haven't worked in a while, like a year or two, somewhere around there. And yeah, but I plan to write like all Saturday and Sunday. And I was gonna write today, but I don't think it's gonna happen now. I kind of am tired and just want to lie down and watch TV. But I might write after work tomorrow. I have no idea. It only honestly depends on how I end up feeling. Um, if not, then I will just write Saturday and Sunday and try to get as much as possible done. As I still have a goal of when I want to finish this, but with now that I'm working, that's gonna put a strain, and I'm working 10-hour days, 5 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been reading at work, but after I finish this book, because I want to finish this book, so I'm loving it and I want to finish it. And I've mostly been reading it um, during my breaks at lunch because I've been tired after work and don't want to read. or don't have the energy to read. More like sometimes like I want to read, but at the same time, I don't have the energy or mind capacity to read at the moment. But during my breaks, I'm fine. Um, so yeah, but I maybe I could write during my breaks. I mean, I can't write on my laptop, obviously, but maybe I could write on my phone. I've done that before when I had to. Like there was a time when I we didn't have internet, I think, and my phone had internet, so I was able to write on my phone since I couldn't write on my laptop. Um, so I mean, I could if I have no other choice. And that way I can still get writing done. But like I said, I want to do it after I finish this book because I want to finish this book first, which I think it should be done sometime next week since I'll be reading during my breaks. And I have like four breaks, three 15-minute breaks, one 30-minute break for lunch. But that one I only read like half of it because first half I'm eating and I don't want to get stuff on my book. So more like four 15-minute breaks. I'd say. So yeah. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. We shall see, and I'll let you know if I do. But I'll let you know how the writing goes this weekend as well. I didn't get as much writing done over the weekend as I had hoped. But I did read the right 3 chapters. I hope to get some done today, but I have no idea, no promises. Maybe at least one chapter. I'd like to get chapter 20 done at the very least. So I'll let you know how that goes. I have a tickle in my throat. Um, I where I'm at right now, you're getting to see a very different side of Kalista. She's finally at her breaking point after everything she's been through her entire life. She's finally, it's just become too much, and everything she's pushed way down deep is finally coming out, and she cannot bottle it back up. So now, so Kalista, you don't really see cry, um, but she had a couple crying fits where she was like on her knees sobbing and upset and stuff. She screamed at one point. She got close enough to almost pierce her heart with a dagger, and she's a vampire, so she would be turned to dust. Um, but she's just like at her breaking point. So she will be getting the help she needs soon. She the only person she really trusts to go to with something like this, even though she trusts Isabel and Henry, she doesn't want to put this on them as well because she is kind of at times like a really older sister, like maybe a second mom sort of situation sometimes with the two of them. Very protective, overbearing at times. Um, and she doesn't want to put the burden on them. Plus, the Rain is the one that's currently alive that knows the most about her and her past. So Rain is definitely the one she plans to go to. But before she can talk to Rain, something big is going to go down. So it's going to be a little while before they can actually have that conversation. But they will have that conversation. And Rain will start helping Kalista through her issues she's going through and help her with her mental health and just help her get better. And um, finally let go and not just of her past, but of everything she's done that she feels guilty about. When a lot of it she shouldn't, any of it she really shouldn't feel guilty about because a lot of it was out of her control and stuff. So, but she feels guilty about it anyway. So Rain is gonna help her through all of that throughout this book, which is so I really like writing her in this way, in a way where it's just very different to see her because like I said, she's not one to really cry or talk about her feelings or emotions or open up. um, she's it's just very hard for her after everything she's been through. And if you read my novellas, 3 of them are out. There's going to be 10, and I'm taking a break from the novellas because I want to finish this book. But more novellas will be out soon. They're called Kalisa's Adventures. And it's about her going on adventures with Joan of Arc. The two of them were in love, and it's kind of their story. So you don't have to read the novellas. You can read the novellas before or after or during the Realm of Monsters. That doesn't really matter, but you do need to read the novellas in order. And they meet in book one. They're friends who have feelings for each other in book two, and then third novella, they finally get together. But it's still not gonna be exactly smooth sailing all the time. But we will get a lot of happy Jolista feels as well. So look forward to the future novellas. But if you read both books in the Realm Monster trilogy that are out, plus all three novellas, you can um, see what you can kind of see what how she is the way she is from what Caleb did to her and everything that happened with Joan in the end. Because she became hard and cold and snippy and sarcastic and edgy and pushing people away and stuff, closing herself off because of everything Caleb did. She has trust issues. She doesn't have faith in gods or whatever because everything she's been through. Um, but I feel like that was doubled, maybe even tripled after Joan died. I mean, that's not really a spoiler because it's mentioned in the very beginning that Kalista watched Joan get murdered. So you know, you go into the novellas knowing Joan's gonna die in the end, but you fall in love with him anyways. Very cool. But yeah. So um, when she's even more closed off and hardened because the last time she opened her heart was with Joan, and then it blew up in her face, and she never really recovered from that because after everything she has been through with Caleb, after everything she learned from her torment there, she learned to just push everything down to not feel it. So she felt the pain in the moment, and she kind of massacred everyone involved, but afterwards she just pushed it down deep, and she never went through the stages of grief. She never really dealt with it again. She was saddened and angry and killed, and then she just went about her day like it never happened. Okay, that's not true. She still is sad. She just doesn't let herself feel it often. At least she tries not to. There are some days where it's very hard for her to do that because you see that in the Realm Monsters. There's a few times she talks about Joan, and you can tell how upset she is about it. But but she doesn't let herself feel the full force of that pain. Not since that day, and that was also the last day that she really let herself feel pain of any sort. Until Caleb returned, and then all this pain and stuff that happened with when she was with Caleb and stuff. And Joan is gonna get mentioned again because she's having feelings for someone, Roxanne, and she doesn't want to. She's been hurt before, and she also doesn't want to feel that pain again. And she also feels like she might be betraying Joan, which I haven't really gotten into yet, but I do plan to mention that slightly. Be like, because she loved Joan and she thought that they were be together, but of course other things happened. But she loved Joan so much, and she feels like she's betraying her for having feelings for another girl. But you can't control your feelings. Um, and Roxanne's also very different. Um, Joan was kind of opposites from Kalista, but she also was similar in some ways, in the ways as if like they're both warriors, they both have these dreams to be heroes, they're both good fighters, they both can put away from the war and their emotions, they can like what you see with the second novella, like they're on opposite sides of a war, but that doesn't get in the way of their friendship. Um, Roxanne is not a warrior. She is very bubbly and happy and smiley and optimistic. Things Calista definitely aren't. And Joan, I wouldn't say she's like the opposite of that, but she's not exactly on Roxanne's level at the same time. So she's never really been with anyone like Roxanne. So it'll be interesting when they get together. But yeah, so I ended up getting a little ranty in this update, but oh well. So yeah, those are just a few plans for this book. It's gonna be a very long book. I have a lot of ideas for it, so be prepared because I am still hoping to get it out by the end of the year, but we shall see. I'll let you know how my writing goes if I end up getting any done today. Hey, so I haven't been updating this vlog at all. I haven't been getting that much writing done. Uh, Work has been crazy, and I'm still getting used to working again. And I've just been tired and exhausted a lot. I have a 3-day weekend, so I'm gonna be updating a lot this weekend, except Monday off. So I plan to get a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna get any done tonight. It's 6:37 p.m. and I am kind of feeling tired. I don't want to go to sleep yet, but I do have plans, which is not really writing related, but about my book, so I'm gonna tell you about them. Um, so the other day I bought a sketch pad because I have no idea what happened to mine, and I don't know if I'm planning to redraw the characters from my first two series, my Jasmine Press series and the Crystal Light duology. Still have them on my phone, so I can share them and be like, yeah, this is so and so from this series. But I do want to draw characters from the Realm of Monsters series, and I know one thing I'm excited to draw, which I was thinking about doing the characters first, but I think I might go ahead and do this instead because I just want to do it. This for really no reason. I'm just the most excited to do this, which is drawing a ship. It'll be Kalista and Joan from my Kalista's Adventures novellas, which is set in the past. It's a prequel sort of thing, and they're novellas, so they're all only about 100-ish pages, a little bit over, a little bit around 100 pages. Um, I think all three of them so far that I have published, because there's three out. I've taken a break from the novella series because um, I want to focus on the Queen of Monsters, which is book 3 in the trilogy, because I want to get that out by the end of the year. But I do hope to finish this within a couple months, and then I can focus on the novellas, and I do hope to at least get novellas 4 and 5 out this year. Do not, I will not promise it though, because who knows. But yeah, anyways, my novella series are all like 104-ish pages, I think, so far, around that. And so definitely check them out. You do not have to read the Realm of Monsters first to understand it. Um, and it's about so it's like I said, it's a prequel, so it's in the past. There will be a prequel trilogy too, but I already have the timeline figured out. The novellas are first in this timeline, and then the prequel trilogy actually it will be take place shortly after the novella series ends, and then many centuries later is when the Realm Monsters trilogy takes place. So that's gonna be the timeline because I already have an idea of how the prequel trilogy will be. I don't have that much ideas, but enough to kind of know certain things that's gonna happen, and I do know how I want to kind of start the trilogy, which it's the events that takes place in book one um, are mentioned in the Vampire's Creation, which is book 2 in the Realm Monsters trilogy. Um, so yeah, uh, if you have read my books, you might understand this timeline, but we'll see. But yeah, anyways, so in the novellas, it's obviously called Kalista's Adventures, so it's about her adventures, but it's about her adventures with Joan of Arc. Because in the Realm Monsters, it's mentioned that they were together and that they were madly in love, and that her death broke Kalista. And I know my beta reader for the novella said she liked seeing um, what reading the novellas and reading Realm Monsters, and you also in the Vampire's Creation get to see an insight to her past, like a full, not just like flashbacks here and there, like there are 10 full chapters that are nothing but her flashbacks to understand who she was and what she's been through. And because you hear about it here and there, but you don't actually get to see it until these series of chapters in the Vampire's Creation. But she said that she likes that you get with the novella series, you get to see like what how she is the way she is, not what how she became this way with everything Caleb did to her, and then what happened with Joan, what happened with Joan's death, and how that affected her, and how that changed her to become who she is now, which is seemingly cold and heartless, but she's not. She just doesn't show it, and and she's a morally great character, and she's a complex character. But anyways, this I got a little bit off topic, a lot off topic. But I want to draw Cleesa and Joan. Ellie, she's the better reader I told you about. She absolutely loves them. She even gave them a ship name, Jolista. She also made the fan art that I showed in, I think I might have showed it in one of my vlogs, writing vlogs, or I know I showed it in a video. I have no idea which video. But she made fan art of Kalista. And she wants me to do a specific scene from the second novella, and I thought that was a great idea, and I am excited to do it. I'm not gonna give too many spoilers. I do plan to show it in this vlog because I actually plan to start draw it now. Just so you know, I am not an artist. I am not an artist. Can I draw? No, I cannot. But I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna have fun, even if it looks terrible. So, um, I'm good with writing. I'm not good with drawing, but I still like to draw my characters, and why not? So people can kind of get an idea of what they look like in my head. But yeah, I am very excited to draw this because I've been loving Kalisa and Joan's relationship. I don't think I was gonna like it this much, just because when I originally wasn't gonna make the novella series. No, I mean, I just it was originally supposed to be this throwaway line in book one that Kalista was in love with Joan, but then I she Joan kept getting mentioned, and it ended up becoming this whole thing that Joan's death is something she still hasn't gotten over. It's something she never truly dealt with, so she's still grieving because she never let herself actually grieve. Um, because so much happened, and she also just didn't want to feel that pain again, so she just kind of bottled up, which is what she does with everything. Um, but then I was like, why don't I mean, because I had an idea, like, what if I wrote a novella series about Police's adventures? Because she's been around for a very long time. There's a lot I can do for her character. So I was like, I have centuries worth of things I can do because she's been around for 1,000 years. And I was like, I could just write a bunch of her adventures. But then I was like, what if I also wrote her relationship with Joan in the process so people can kind of see it and understand why she is the way she is, why Joan's death broke her the way it did because she loved her so much, and you actually get to see it. Like I said, first 8 novellas are out. Um, book one is when they meet, and it's kind of an enemies to lovers sort of thing. Well, enemies to friends to lovers because they actually get together in novella three. Slight spoiler alert, so you have that to look forward to. And then the rest of the novellas, because there's going to be 10, you get to see them kind of happy in love. I mean, there's still going to be drama and angst and stuff. Like, it's not going to be smooth sailing. Not even that now that they're together. But there will be some nice sapphic moments, so that'll be nice. Um, they are forced to go on an adventure or a mission by Athena, and they're forced to work together. But they hate each other. But they slowly. One thing Ellie said is that she really appreciated that because she felt like short stories tend to rush things like this, like rush the enemies to friends, lovers, enemies, lovers vibe or whatever. But she said she really appreciated that I did that it's still such a slow burn. Like you can slowly see them becoming something more, and it doesn't happen just overnight. And it's a slow progress, which is something I'm very glad that she brought up because it's something I really wanted to make sure I did right. Because I didn't want it to just be, oh yeah, now they like each other. No, 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 no. Because they have a lot to get through with their personal issues and their issues with each other and their beliefs and religion, especially in Joan's part, which religious. I'm not a religious person, so I was surprised that I am writing so much about religion in this. But with Joan of Arc, she was always a very religious person. So I feel like it was important to add her religion, and it also brings some angst with her relationship with Cleesta because Cleesta is a vampire, a demon as she's called. So yeah. But novella two adds a forbidden lovers trope because uh, they find because Greece, which is where Callista's from, and France, which is where Jonah's from, are at war, and both of their separate gods have recruited them to fight in said war, and so they find themselves at odds with each other. And the gods, since they are currently enemies, since they're fighting, don't mind me, I talk with my hands. um, they're fighting, so they forbid each Calista and Joan from seeing each other. Do they listen? Of course they do not. But then novella 3 is when Calista has a mission to go to the underworld, and Joan refuses to let her go alone, so she ends up joining her. And there's a lot of heartbreaking moments, a lot of satisfying moments, and a lot of fun, action, and um, yeah, I just really enjoyed it. But anyways, this came very off topic. But I'm gonna draw Khaleesi and Joan first, and that may be the only thing I draw tonight. But I will show you after it's done, and I'm so excited to draw them because I like them. So yeah, I will update you when I do that. Hi, it's been a while since I updated this vlog, but I did get some writing done like a week ago. That's the only writing I've gotten done this week, I think. It was Saturday. I did this live reading writing sprint, which is the first one I've done in a while, and I got a pretty good amount done. I surpassed chapter 30, which I've been trying to do for a while, and I hope this week I can surpass. I want to surpass chapter 40 because I have a lot to go with, and I still want to get this book done by the end of the year. So wish me luck, cause I'm gonna need it. um, but I haven't been feeling too well, so I haven't been um reading or writing. Um, so we'll see. I want to write today, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy because I still feel like crap. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know if I do or do not write today. And when I do get some more writing done, because I do want to write. Like I said, I want to get through chapter 40 this week, but I don't know if I'll be able to. I originally wanted to write 5 chapters yesterday and 5 chapters today, and then boom, chapter 40. But I ended up not feeling well this weekend, so that did not happen. Um, so I want to get through chapter 40 next week, this week, and then maybe next weekend if I'm feeling better. I should definitely feeling better by then. Do 5 chapters Saturday, five chapters Sunday, and then I'll be surpassed chapter 50. But we'll see. It depends on how well it goes and how well this week goes as writing. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. Hey, so I forgot to update again because I keep doing that. Yesterday I did some writing. Yay! I did not do any today, and I'm not sure about doing any tomorrow because I kind of want to read this book I'm currently reading. But it also depends on my mood. Who knows? um, I finished chapter 2 and read all of chapter 3. So yay! Written of my fourth novella for the Clay's Adventures novella series, which is part of the Realm Monsters universe. I should be working on book 3 of that trilogy, but I just got in this sudden mood to work on novella 4, and I need to work on what I'm in the mood to work on, right? Work on whatever I'm most motivated and inspired to work on. So that's what I did, and I'm working on novella 4. I think I found a name for it, a title, because I've kind of just been calling it the fourth novella, the Cleese's Adventures novella series, because I have no idea what the title will be. So yeah, yay! I think I haven't revealed the title yet, but I'll let you know if I do decide on that. And yeah, so I'm tired. I'm going to leave in a minute because I'm tired. And I work tomorrow, and it's late. So but I wanted to update before I forgot. So I am liking where it's going, and Clayton and Joan are so cute, and I like I'm finally getting a tiny bit into Cleese and Marissa's dynamic, which you don't see it that much in the novellas, and you only really hear about it in the trilogy, except in a couple flashback chapters you see their dynamic a tad. But Marissa's dead in the trilogy, and in here, it's mostly about missions that she goes on with Joan, so Marissa's on very little. Um, So yeah, but there will be a prequel trilogy that I'm excited for, where Marissa will be one of the main characters, along with Rain, who you actually see in the trilogy, who's introduced in book three, book two, and becomes main character in books 2 and 3. And the three of them is kind of this trio. Um, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm so excited to write their dynamic as a trio because in the trilogy you hear how much both Kalista and Rain care about Marissa and how much they miss her and loved her. And um, I'm so excited for the prequel trilogy. So you can kind of get into both of their individual relations with Marissa and the three of them as a trio. Because three of them together are a powerful, dangerous trio that you do not want to mess with. Like, going up against even one of them is foolish. But all three of them, you're as good as dead. And I'm so excited to write that dynamic. So be prepared for that for when I get to the prequel trilogy. But I will update you again when I do get some more writing done.
Won't hide behind a lie another single day. Won't run away, I won't pretend. I'm confident and strong, I'll always be okay. I'll never doubt myself again. This is me, so here I am. Not ashamed, come and catch me if you can. What you see is what you get now, and I won't change a thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, 'cause I like being me. So no more waiting on the sidelines, no more hiding on the inside, no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. Say no more, don't need your approval. What for? Breaking all the rules, so no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. No one's built quite perfectly, but who cares? I am everything I need. Fitting in is overrated, so don't just play some part.
Never copy, duplicated, just be who you are.
So no more waiting on the sidelines, no more hiding on the inside, no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. So no more waiting on the sidelines, no more hiding on the inside, no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. Say no more, don't need your approval. What for? Breaking all the rules, so no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. So no more waiting on the sidelines, no more hiding on the inside, no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. Say no more, don't need your approval. What for? Breaking all the rules, so no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me.
Hello. So I totally forgot to update. Um, the last update you saw of me writing, that was like probably a week ago at least, if not 2 weeks. Actually, no, I think it was about a week ago. But then the other day, I wrote a lot. I wrote 3 chapters in one night. I stayed up until like 3 in the morning to finish those 3 chapters. Chapters, what was it? 32, 33, no. 33, 34, and 35 because I'm on chapter 36 right now, which I'm currently working on. And I made so much progress. I am finally on this one storyline I've been trying to, well, two storylines I've been trying to get to for a while now. And one storyline is where both storylines have to do with Kalista and Roxanne, because you're there's finally real development in their relationship. They're finally getting closer, sort of, and so one storyline is uh Kalista needs Roxanne to go on an undercover mission. It's a very dangerous mission, and also the most important mission to for what they're trying to achieve, to save the world and stop the villain. Um, the mission is getting close to the villain. She's the only one that can do it because she's so new to the realm and this group and everything, that she's the one person in this group that the villain does not know. She does not know that there's any association between her and Kalista, her and Isabella, or Henry, or Jeremy, or Rain, or any of them. So, and the other one is so Kalista is half Greek, which I probably have mentioned in one of my past videos, as a huge thing of this series was her going to Athens for the first time. It is described that she has a very thick Greek accent, and she has also spoken Greek sometimes, um, but she's also half Latina. Um, Even though she was born and raised in Athens and she has the Greek accent, um, she her skin has been described to be very Latina, and but we haven't really gotten into her Mexican heritage yet, which this storyline does, because it talks about Day of the Dead, and um, Kalista knows pretty much nothing about her Mexican heritage. Um, so she has to learn about this side of her, and she starts getting intrigued about the side of her that she never knew. So yeah, these are gonna be two very fun storylines. One of them is gonna last. The one where Roxanne's undercover is gonna last pretty much most of the book. But this one is only gonna last for a few chapters until after the Day of the Dead party, which they're gonna have in like 5 chapters, I think. So yeah, but it's exciting, and I got a lot done that night, so I'm very happy with how much I got written. And I really, in the next few days, want to finish up to chapter 40, which will be halfway through the book, and that's also when the Day of the Dead party is. So yay, exciting. So I'll keep you updated. Hopefully this time. Hello. Don't mind her. So I forgot to update, but maybe a week ago I got some writing done twice. The second day wasn't very much. I got maybe a page or two done. Some, but that's something. But the first day I got a good portion done. I think I wrote I finished the chapter I was on, which there was a lot to write in that chapter, plus I started the next chapter, so I did some progress. I wanted to write today, but it's not gonna happen now. It's been a busy day, but I'm hoping to write tomorrow, so wish me luck, because I'm gonna need it. But I want to make a lot of progress. Why are you raising your hand?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Who watched this?
People.
That's not my question
and
though.
I don't know. Shut up. Sisters.
So surprising.
And I want to get a lot of progress done tomorrow if I am able to write any, which I really hope I can, and make a lot of progress. I want to get at least halfway done with this novella, which is the 4th novella in my Kalista's Adventures novella series. So I will update you guys later. Hello. So the yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So last couple of days I've actually been writing some. 2 days ago I wrote not that much I don't think. Um, cause I kept getting distracted. It was just not a good ADD day. But yesterday I wrote 2 chapters. One was kind of short, but the other one was a bit longer. Um, so I'm slowly making progress, and this I'm over halfway done with this because this is a novella, so that I've been working on. So it's only gonna be around 100 pages. And I have 50 something, I believe. Yeah, 56 pages. So I'm making progress. Yay. I do hope to finish it soon. I would say this weekend, but that might be a bit of a stretch. But if I've been writing the way I have been, I could as well finish it today and tomorrow. But if not, I definitely want to finish. I want to finish it by this week, this coming up week, at the very least, and send it off to my beta reader. So wish me luck. I'm about to write some more. So let's see how much I get done. Hi. So I didn't update yesterday. I don't remember last time I updated. I hadn't been writing most of this week because I wanted to finish this earlier in the week, but I started a new job, so I've been busy and tired and getting used to the new job and the requirements and commands and stuff. So I've been pretty tired and haven't done much of writing. But I have a 4-day weekend because of Thanksgiving. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. And yesterday I wrote a ton, and I wanted to finish. I probably would have finished it, but then I got to talking to my mom and stuff, and I would end up being out there longer than I thought, and because of that, I just and then I came back, finished the chapter I was on, and I really wanted to. Uh, Actually, I wrote a new chapter, and then I wanted to write another chapter, but I was really tired, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the last chapter of the novella. But I was really tired, like super tired, and I didn't have the energy. So I was like, I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to be writing here shortly, and definitely I plan to finish the novella. So exciting. And I'll be sending it off to my beta reader. I am so excited for her to read it and for other readers to read it once it's published. If anyone wants to check out my novella series, you do not have to read the Realm Monsters trilogy to be able to enjoy this. You can read this before, afterwards, in the middle. Because originally when I came up with the novella idea, I feel like I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. It was originally just going to be a bunch of short stories of Khaleesi's adventures. But the more I was trying to figure out what those adventures could be, I was like, what if you got more into her relationship with Joan? And so the novellas, you do kind of have to read in order. Not the adventures are all, like different in each novella, and for the most part they don't actually connect at all. The only thing that connects the novellas is the relationship timeline of Khaleesi and Joan. It's the first novella they meet, second one they are friends, third one they finally get together, and then the rest they are together, leading up to the 10th one, which this is only spoiler. This is only a spoiler if you haven't read the Realm Monsters trilogy, which is Joan does die. I mean, this this isn't just some woman named Joan. This is Joan of Arc, so obviously she will die. But so it's kind of leading up to her death, and that's gonna be the last one. It's gonna be 10 in total because I have a lot of ideas, and I want to showcase their relationship. And I know my beta readers absolutely loving their relationship. Um, and there's a lot of tropes. There's the first novella has enemies to. I mean, the first 3 novellas is like enemies to friends to lovers, because they don't get together until the third novella. So throughout the first 3, it's enemies to friends to lovers, and then there's in the second one, there is forbidden romance. I choose you over everything. Um, what else is there? And the second one also, I think the second one, there's one bed trope, which I never in my life thought I would write because I never cared about it. But this is also the first time I'm writing something where the romance is center, because I've never written anything where the romance is center because I don't care for romance that much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I write romance, but it's always a subplot. And I do have a couple story ideas, well, mostly one at the moment, and maybe a second where where there is literally no romance. There might be like mentions of it for in the past or whatever, but like throughout the story there's actually no central romance, whether it's at the center or on the side. um so but this one, the romance is very much at the center. These novellas are very much about Khaleesi and Joan's relationship, from meeting to falling in love to her dying, Joan dying. But okay, I couldn't remember exactly like the sort of tropes I've written so far because I haven't been awake that long, so my brain is all. But so I went on Twitter because I tweeted on Twitter a lot, and I put novella one is enemies to lovers and adventure. Novella two is about forbidden love and battlefield scenes because it's literally on a battlefield most of the time, pretty much. And novella three is you're in the underworld, choosing you over everyone, and Pandora's box. Um, there's also opposites attract. There's very much that it's us against the world. I choose you over everything, sort of things. So yeah. Uh, so I'm trying to think of what tropes will be in my fourth one that I'm writing. Because I'm almost done with it. But I can't think of any tropes off the top of my head. I'm sure it does have some, but I just can't think of what they are at the moment. But yeah, the fourth one is basically Khaleesi and Joan are on a mission. From Marissa, which if you read my Realm Monster trilogy, you know who she is. She is Isabella and Henry's grandmother, who has been long dead, and she was also Khaleesi's best friend. And you get to see a little bit of Khaleesi and Marissa's friendship. Marissa's in the novellas just a little bit. You will get her a lot more in the prequel trilogy, which I also plan to make because Khaleesi's been around for 1,000 years. Okay, there's just so much I can do with her story. So basically, there's the Realm Monsters trilogy, which is present time. Well, technically it's present time, but at the same time, the realm is based in like centuries ago. Like, so it looks like the 1600s or something around those times. With like medieval times, kind of like medieval castles are up, and the clothing they have is just for around that time. So yeah. Um, but the novellas are about 8-ish hundred years before the trilogy, and then the um, prequel trilogy will be actually it might be more 700-ish years. Yeah. Um, and then the prequel trilogy is gonna be like right after that, the novellas end, and it's leading up. There'll be like a good 100 years time span in between the prequel trilogy because it's leading up to um the realm being created. That's what the trilogy is going to be leading up to the realm being created. And the main characters are going to be Khaleesi, Rain, and Marissa, which Marissa you've heard about, you've seen in flashbacks, and you see a little bit in the novellas. Rain became a main character in the second book and third book because they became a fan favorite. I know I fell in love with them. And so the three of them, and I'm so excited to write the three of them as a trio because they're gonna be the most epic, and just don't mess with trio. They're gonna be an iconic trio. Like all three of them are like just they're just gonna be they're so much fun to write separately. Like they're fighters and stuff. Um the word I'm thinking of I don't want to say because I don't like to cuss. It's just a personal thing, but it's like bad ASS, if you know what I'm talking about, which I'm sure you do. And I don't like to cuss, so I don't want to say it. But that's basically what each of them are individually. So imagine the three of them together. This is gonna be a fun trilogy to write. But anyways, yeah. So I got a little off topic, but I want to finish this novella, and then I want to finish the Queen of Monsters soon. But I also kind of want to start the prequel trilogy as well as the Curses Life sequel duology, which I've been meaning to write like forever. I just got really hooked on this series, so I never did, because the Curses Life sequel duology is about Andrea, who was a side character, and you're gonna get, and it's after the series, obviously, and she finds herself in the midst of this kind of war going on that she wasn't part of, but she kind of ends up becoming a part of it. But yeah, so very fun, and I am excited for all these new projects. I also really want. I have a lot of things I want to work on next year, which I won't be able to work on all of them, obviously. I mean, I could work on all of them, just it'll take longer for any of them to get published. But I also really want to start working on the Tales of the Grim Reaper series. There's gonna be 6 books in that. The first book is started. I just have it on hold because I've been working on this series that I really wanted to finish, and it's called the first book is called Skeleton Bride. And I already have the entire series planned out. I'm so excited for it. This series I was talking about that doesn't have any romance. Like, there's 2 main characters, and it's also in POV, which first person, which I don't usually write first person, like ever. Like all my other published books are third person, so it's a little bit different. But there's 2 POVs, and it's good. And I think it's only gonna be 2 POVs the entire time. I may every so often change a POV for like characters like Xander, or I think her name is Tyra. It's been a minute since I actually worked on the series, because the 2 of them are pretty important characters, just not as important as Anastasia and Vivian, obviously, who are the 2 main characters. But anyways, Anastasia is a lesbian. Vivian is Aries, and you do see some flashbacks of Anastasia's life, because this book is about skeletons, and Anastasia is a skeleton. So you get to see some of her life before she became a skeleton, and you do see a little bit of her relationship with what was her name? Yvette, something like that. It was something like that. And so because of it, so that's like the only romance you're gonna get the entire series probably. So yeah, but I'm so excited for this series. Like, I have so many players for it, so many plot twists. It's also a little bit different because for those of you that have read Percy Jackson, it's a little bit similar. I mean, my current series is a little similar too with the Greek mythology aspects, because there's a lot of Greek mythology in my current series. But this one is a little like Percy Jackson because Percy is basically telling the story. He's telling the story of what's happened, and that's kind of what Anastasia is doing. She's telling a story about this war that's been going on for centuries, and it's very different than what I usually write, but I'm just so excited for it. And lately I've been wanting to work on it, but I also really want to finish the series I'm currently working on. So I just have so many ideas, and it's hard to choose which to work on. But anyways, I got very off topic in this update, but I plan to finish the novella today and let you know. I bought sugar cookies because and I have a cherry coke, and I was going to video chat my best friend to see if she was up to like video chatting and writing, because when we lived in the same state, which we plan to live in the same state again, just once we're able to, we're planning to live together. But when we lived in the same state before, we would sit beside each other and work on our books. She's a writer too. She's not yet published, but she does write. And we would always snack on sugar cookies, frosted sugar cookies, as we write. And I haven't had them in a while. And we make it a habit now to every so often write through video chat. And so I bought sugar cookies so that that feel like old times, like when we were in the same states. It was kind of a tradition we had, and I kind of miss it. And so I was gonna video chat with her, see if she's up to writing, and if she is, and not busy, how life can be. I will snack on the sugar cookies and finish the novella. And once I finish it, and if I'm still in the mood to write, then I will work on the Queen of Monsters, or I'll start the fifth novella. Because I kind of want to finish the 5th novella by the end of the year, because they're pretty quick to write if I have the time to actually write them. Because I kind of wanted the first 5 novellas to be done by this year, but it depends. We'll have to see. But I kind of want it to be done by the end of the year, but no promises. It just depends if I have the time and stuff because of my new job. But if I write a lot on the weekends and stuff, then I might be able to get it done by then. But I also kind of want to work on the Queen of Monsters. But I know I'm not gonna get it done by the end of this year. I think I'm not even halfway. I think I'm almost halfway done with it. But yeah, so I will talk to you guys later.
Won't hide behind a lie another single day. Won't run away, I won't pretend. I'm confident and strong, I'll always be okay. I'll never doubt myself again. This is me, so here I am. Not ashamed, come and catch me if you can. What you see is what you get now, and I won't change a thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, 'cause I like being me. So no more waiting on the sidelines, no more hiding on the inside, no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. Say no more, don't need your approval. What for? Breaking all the rules, so no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. No one's built quite perfectly, but who cares? I am everything I need. Fitting in is overrated, so don't just play some part.
Never copy, duplicated. Just be who you are.
So no more waiting on the sidelines, no more hiding on the inside, no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. So no more waiting on the sidelines, no more hiding on the inside, no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. Say no more, don't need your approval. What for? Breaking all the rules, so no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. So no more waiting on the sidelines, no more hiding on the inside, no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me. Say no more, don't need your approval. What for? Breaking all the rules, so no apologies. Love it or hate it, I'ma just be me.
I forgot to update, but hi. I finished my novella yesterday like I had hoped so. I didn't end up writing as much as I wanted to though. Well, I actually wanted to read, but I ended up taking a break from the novella in the middle of the chapter because I had stuff to do. But I finished it, and I even started the fifth novella, which I only did the first couple of sentences of it, but at least it started and ready for me. I plan to read, but I also might be writing because I was going on video chat with my best friend because we were originally going to do it yesterday, but then we ended up not because it ended up being really late because we had stuff to do all day. I only had one chapter to finish of the novella anyways, and I formatted it and I sent it off to my beta reader. She says she's gonna get to it today, which makes me so happy because yay! I have so much I need to read. I really want to finish King's Rise. I'm better reading a couple books, but I really want to start her book as well, her book two, because I've already read book one and she sent me book two, and I really, really, really want to read it because it's one of my most anticipated reads, just like book one was. So yeah, but I am so happy I finished book novella four. I mean, usually when once she starts it, it only takes her a couple days since these novellas are so short, anyways. So because of it, if she does start it today, even if she starts it sometime this week, I still think I'll be able to get it published today. I want to, which is my birthday, which is in a little over a week, and I want to publish the fifth novella by the end of the year. So the novellas are halfway done, by the end of the year. and they don't usually take me that long to work on them. As long as I actually have time to work on them, which I will, like on weekends and stuff. And like I said, the novellas don't take me that long to actually work on them. A couple weeks usually, so at the most. So hopefully I can get it done by the end of the year, which I'm really hoping so. And then afterwards I can start focusing on the Queen of Monsters again, because next year I want to get out all 5 last novellas, which they don't take long. So the Queen of Monsters, and looks like we got another mystery on our hands, which is a standalone, the only standalone I'm probably ever gonna write because I much prefer a series. Um, and is also it's a Scooby-Doo retelling, and it's kind of gonna be a tribute to my dad who passed a year ago now, and it's gonna be a dedication to him. It's gonna be a character based off of him, and it's gonna be published on his birthday, October 30th of next year. So I do need to start working on that because I have it started, but only the first few chapters. So yeah, so I have lots I want to publish. Um, so there's a lot I want to work on. But I'm gonna try to focus on that for now. I will let you guys know how that goes, but this will be the last update of this vlog because I finished that novella, and I'll probably be starting a new vlog shortly because I like making these writing vlogs and keep everyone updated on my writing. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment how your writing has been going, and I'll talk to you guys next time.